stuff has happened in the past quarter since I've done a good video. Ed Pugh, the founder and one of the founders and CEO of Reaper Miniatures, passed away around Thanksgiving. So the company seems to be doing just fine. Their kind of transparency and outreach kind of took a backseat to more pressing matters around Christmas. So things have been a little quiet there. Ed was a very active participant in the community, in the gaming community. He wasn't a silent business person, so he touched a lot of lives, especially in the Reaper Bones community, fans and stuff like that. So he will be sorely missed, and will be probably reminded of this on occasion in the upcoming. Reaper did manage to add some power-ups to their Kickstarter. So during one of their live streams on Twitch, Ron, the marketing manager, showed off one of these angels, the one with the 3D model here, and accidentally said that it was part of the core set, but it never made it in. They didn't get, funding to the point where that got included, so they added it as a power-up. $12 for two kind of large models. The people are just slightly bigger than like normal sized people, but then when you add the wings and the base and stuff, it's large. So two large models for $12. Maybe not the best value. The guard tower conversion kit's been there a while. They added some Brindwind pirates, 4 for 10. This apprentice dragon for 20. I don't know if you can see the size of the wizard there. So this is the Bones kids, kid adventurers, all grown up. Right, one of the Bones kids had a pet dragon. So this is the dragon grown up, the kid wizard grown up. And there's a little chessboard. I don't know if you can see it there. Oh, there's a little book underneath that dragon's finger. So that's exciting. I'm in for one of those. Very interestingly, they're selling a pre-painted version. The only other pre-painted Reaper thing that I'm aware of is the Maldrakar that's for like $400. So obviously this is a 3D render and you don't know what the actual colors are going to be like, but it's interesting that they're selling a pre-painted. I think this will do better at retail than it will through the Kickstarter. I think the fans that back the Kickstarter are interested in painting miniatures. They've gotten used to painting miniatures. They're interested in painting miniatures. I think that probably isn't going to be $40. It's probably going to be more like $65, $70, $80, more in line with the WizKids pre-painted premium dragons. Probably. Just imagining, $20 for this is probably that's probably a really good deal, actually, because the Bones 5.5 late pledge cost was like $35 for one of those dragons. And just looking at the size of the human, I think that's going to be a pretty good deal. I've been keeping myself busy with Reaper Challenge League. So what this is you earn points for painting things. So you can see they have some monthly categories, a specific theme of the month, limited 3-color palette. You're only allowed to use 3 colors plus black and white. 3-color palette, player, monster. Duo, paint the same model as somebody else and submit at the same time. Trio, 3 people paint the same model and submit it at the same time. New release, anything that's been released in the last quarter, and freebies. And then quarterly, the big stuff, the big models, heavy conversions, dioramas, large models, stuff like that. A yearly benchmark worth 50 points. So here's how many points things are worth, so you can see the stuff that's bigger, more effort every quarter, gets you more points. The stuff that's and then the large group with 4 people and the trios and duos get you lots of points, and then the individual smaller minis get you less points. The stuff that's not Reaper branded gets you less points. Those are the freebies. So that's got to be a Reaper's Bones or metal product, but you get points. So I got had like 140 points. I got $30 in gift cards and then some extra raffle tickets, and I ended up having $80 in Reaper credit this last quarter at Christmas. So that's going to fund the next quarter. Now I won't get the yearly benchmark until fourth quarter, so that's paint the same model 2 different times during the year, so you can compare your progress on your painting ability. So here's the limited palette themes that are 4 points for picking 3 colors plus white and black. Here's the themed that are worth, I think those are 4 or 5 points. Here's the quarterly themed rabbit's foot, so I need to buy a rabbit. I'm going to buy jackalopes. And okay, so that was quarterly moderator's choice was the rabbit. So I'm going to buy jackalopes, and then seasonal themed is any holiday during the quarter. I'm going to use St. Patrick's Day and buy a leprechaun. And then I signed up for a duo with somebody for a ogre, so I got to buy that ogre and some kobolds and stuff like that. So I've already got that gift card spent, but it's going to go back into this. So hopefully I can keep getting gift cards and not spend personal money on this hobby because it's really expensive. I don't necessarily want to show you usernames and pictures of other people's artwork. So, you know, I don't necessarily want to open up other Discord. This is all in Discord. So you can see there's a questions, discussion, submissions, command centers where you buy raffle tickets and stuff like that. So there's a Reaper Challenge League. There's finding groups for your duos and trios and for your large groups. So there's a whole Challenge League sub Discord for Reaper. So minis that I've been working on lately. Yeah, well, I can show you that one. So this is Dungeons and Lasers. I've managed to trade for a couple extra of these Archer Elves, but I'm painting them the same. This is my large group, little animal. So I'm painting these elves the same as these elves, and hopefully I'm going to get, you know, a little like warband together. I've been grabbing a lot of AI art to be able to just use as like visual aids for gaming. Sorry, that is personal. So if I go back to my minis, there we go. So here's everything I've painted in the past year. Starting with upper left-hand corner, we got some Dungeons and Lasers stuff, a Reaper Sir 4 scale, Journey Wrath of Demons, Dragon Horse, you know, some various other stuff. Bottom right is mostly Reaper Challenge League things, so you can see at the very bottom here I've got a light source theme with a transparent portal. I've got a limited palette on that sea creature with the green, blue, and pink. So started doing Reaper Challenge League just at the end of the year here, just this last quarter. This is earlier stuff. This is mostly Wildspire and Dungeons and Lasers. This was recent. This is stuff I squeezed in at the end of the year. Marduk the Tyrant I have on another video. That orange one at the top was my yearly benchmark. That was one of the first Reaper minis I painted. There's some Wildspire and some Dungeons and Lasers. More Wildspire. WizKids spiders. Reaper Chronoscope at the top. Some orcs. Board games, Besieged for the orcs and trolls. Massive Darkness for the troglodyte barbarians. Purple Worm that I hand cast, molded and hand cast myself. The short people are some metal minis from various Kickstarters. WizKids, Nolzers stuff at the bottom there. This I did for a quarterly contest. I think the winner got about 150 votes, and I got about 20. So, long way to go. I was trying to do a comic book style theme, kind of more like a painterly pencil sketch. And then those tokens are there so that you can see that this was a color photo and not just a filter applied. So I tried to paint that like you would see like a black and white comic book style. I don't know what this quarterly contest is going to be, but same thing. They put it up on Facebook for a week. Whoever gets the most likes gets like a $75 gift card on their quarterly contest. I picked up clearance, not fire team, fire squad, not firefight. Anyhow, I picked this up at Barnes & Noble. It's a box set of like little skirmish. It's like pre-kill team. So there's Necrons and Space Marines, and those are all glued together with no paint. I got this for like $20, but I saw it as low as $12. I didn't wait quite long enough, but now they're out of stock at my local Barnes & Noble, so I can't buy more. Fun thing about this game is it includes all the cards for all the factions. So you just need to buy like the start collecting boxes for the other factions, and all of the stats are already there. Or proxy. You can proxy the Orcs and Tau and Space Elves that way. Like, I'm not happy with this. The sculpt's not great, but it was like, get it done for credit as fast as I can at the end of the year. I'm going to repaint this with a metallic black. I don't exactly like the way the sparkles showed up, and I wanted metallic black, but I couldn't find my bottle of paint when I painted that. So I'm going to repaint that. These are not mine. These are actually other people's from the Reaper Challenge League. So all three of us painted Fairy Dragons at the same time. This is my before and after on the paint job on this guy. Tried to do a little OSL on the hat. Tried to make that little ram's head more like a fire plume rather than an extension of the staff. Don't know that it came across real good, but yeah, it's better than it was. I didn't like basically base coat or primer the guy before, so a lot of stuff showed through. The paints were too thin and translucent, and now I've got mini paints and I know what I'm doing a little bit better, so it does look better. It didn't quite get the effect I was looking for, but this is a preview of Next Level Miniatures. This is just to kind of show you their size on a base and stuff. And those, again, those have started shipping. I don't think they're 100% done with production, but they've started shipping. Censored, sorry. This is Nolzer's disapproving hand, or Mordekainen's disapproving hand. You can see I used sticky paint, so the Bones plastic reacts with some kinds of paints. This model got a little sticky because I didn't know all the right things to do. I didn't wash it with soap beforehand or whatever. So I picked up all the lint and fuzz over the years from being in my backpack. Limited palette. Just those three colors plus white. This I was working with filters. So this is the effect I was trying to go with that wizard that looked like comic book style. So this is a filter. This is a like Instagram AI filter. And I guess I don't know where to start. Okay, so this is kind of a process, right? You take a picture, you desaturate it to black and white, you run it through a filter, it adds all the black lines, and then you end up with that. And that's the effect I want to go to with the painted version of a couple things. This is my diorama. So all the little portals I've done in the past couple months. This is that one that was the AI filter. This is the actual paint job. This is my paint job. I did this in a group too, a duo. So I think this is the other person's. I think that's mine. Yeah, that one's mine. Yeah, there you go. This is what I'm going to be getting from Archon Studios in a couple months. There's terrain and trees and some tents. There's what the trees look like assembled. Possibly, I think there's some ways you can do the leaves. I actually really like the way this turned out. It's real subtle, but each dragon's a different color. So you have the chromatic blue-green, white, and then like a rainbowy one. So that was the jade before the color wash. It was all just jade. You can see a little better. The top one's blue, the bottom one's purple. These are things I sold on eBay. So I bought a Wildspire mini box to put in advent calendars, and I sold the big ones. These demons sell really well by themselves. Bookish Dragon. Bookish Dragon sell like that. Little familiars I painted. Camo cloak for my actual character in my D&D game. I got this on bargain, Omanth Locus of Rage. I got him on clearance at Game Nerds for like $13, and you can see how large he is. He's like 2 pounds. It's huge. It's ridiculous. I need to work on figuring out how to take better pictures. This is called a raster from Numenera. It's like a big bat. So I just thought it was cool. I just picked it up because it was cool. So that's stuff I've painted in the past year. That's what I've been up to.